Welcome to Studio Nicole. I'm Nicole, and I'm so glad that you're here. I thought I would take a little bit of time today to talk about the different kinds of journals that I have used as journaling. Like I've done a lot of art journaling, but I also actually do like daily or weekly journaling to sort of memory keep, so to speak, kind of a cross between planner and journal, kind of artsy, collagey photos. Yeah, it's really evolved over the years. I have six different journals. I just put three in the frame because otherwise it would be a very, very messy frame. Um, but yeah, these are the journals that I have completed or worked in at least over the course of the last 6 years or so. I had tried journaling before that, and I hadn't really been terribly successful at it. To be honest with you, it was hard for me to maintain and keep up. I love the idea of it, but it just didn't end up being super successful. I would start and then kind of fizzle out. And that's where these two journals came in. These were probably the most successful journals. This one in particular was the most successful journal that I ever managed to keep. And I think that it's because it was so small. Honestly, it was so approachable and doable. It didn't feel like too much. So every day was just one tiny little page, and I would include lots of little pictures. Sorry, let me get in frame here. Pictures from planner, um, like planner stickers. I would print out pictures on sticker paper of like books that I have read. I would cut out, like this was, I just painted my foyer, and so I cut out a piece of the thing. There's a Goodwill tag, paint chip. That was the word I couldn't think of. And this journal lasted me all the way through the end of this year. It was like May of 2020, right? Because what else was I gonna do? And yeah, it's funny. It's funny to look back on all the things that I included here. Shows we were watching, logos from places that I would go out to eat. Like I said, books, always books. Um, I voted Best Buy. Oh, I started playing D&D before that. We must have played that week. Um, Yeah, so this was actually um, this was really successful. It was the longest journal that I had ever kept at this point, and I was very encouraged by that. I really needed that in my life. Um, some consistency, and these are just like little tear out pages, so they're easy to tear out and work on. They're ring bound. I'm sure you've seen the ring bound planners before. So it was easy for me to add in pages. It did start getting bulky, and I replaced this with another one, a small one like this, and I have since lost it. It's here somewhere in my craft room, but I'm missing about 6 months in a journal like this, and I can't find it. I looked everywhere for today for this video and couldn't find it. So at the same time, when I was doing this, I was also I wanted the opportunity to be a little more like artsy in my journaling. So I started, around the same time, I started doing a monthly spread like this with highlights of the month. And it gave me more of an opportunity to use, color and paper and washi tape and images, to be a little bit more artsy than I didn't have a lot of space on a page like this to be super creative. So I did a monthly spread, and then for each week, I gave myself some journaling space for every day. I also included a little pocket each week for things like grocery receipts and grocery lists and other things like that. So let's see, these were the weeks in July of that summer. We started with August, and I have another like monthly spread, and then I have some weekly spreads with my receipts and grocery lists and what have you. And we went to Tennessee that week. Um, you can tell that I sort of like ran out of steam, like I just kind of jumbled all the days down at the bottom of the week here because I couldn't keep up with like journaling each day. Um, This one, I just gave myself just a couple of sentences for each day and did it all on one page. And moving into September, I don't even, yeah, here we go. Like week 36, week 37, all together in one big journal. Tried to get back into it for week 38 of that year. I don't even have like days. I don't even, it just says 9/14 to 20. Week 39, you can see I didn't fill in every day. Week 40, I did an October monthly spread, and then I just skipped straight to November monthly spread and a December monthly spread, and that was it. So you can see I kind of lost steam. I started out with all the intentions in the world of doing a little bit of journaling every single day, and then that fell apart. And that was pretty much my journal experience, really, up to this point. I was doing these concurrently, and this didn't stick, but this did. So I just kept doing this for a while. Like I said, I got another 6 months or so out of this. And then I decided to get brave again, and I wanted to switch into a bigger format. I was enjoying this, but I just wanted a little bit more space for each day. So I bought this at Michael's, and I was excited to try the black pages and to write on them. And I really went in with a much more like more collage, more art, more stuff glued down. This is just like cover page. And then I went in with a page every day. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. There's obviously definitely journaling on here. But I was using a lot of stuff out of my stash for this. Lots of cards and print printed things, things out of magazines. This is a postcard. These are, oh gosh, I love these things. Like the page a day calendars. I have so many of them. I tear them up and use them for everything. So yeah, so this actually, I really liked this, and I managed to keep it up pretty well. Um, how far did I get in here? September of that year. So we went from May to September, and I did a pretty good job of sticking with it. I enjoyed the format. I have gone through and tried to cover up people who I think, uh, I haven't had a chance to ask them if they're comfortable with their pictures being in my journals online. If you are a YouTuber and you do videos, how do you handle pictures of other people? Do you just ask their permission? I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do, at least for my family, and close friends. Just curious though how other people handle that, or do you just avoid that entirely? I wanted to do this video, but I wasn't exactly sure how. So as we progress through the journals, they get progressively more and more photo heavy, and I have more and more post-it notes that I had to go through and stick over people's faces. So this one worked really well, but the downside is that it completely fell apart. The cover came off, and I I it just didn't work. I did try to work in another journal. I think again later on. This is a little farther down in the process, but you can see that these pages. This was the same exact journal that I tried again at the end of this one, and it fell apart completely. So I love the black pages, but do beware that the binding is not super strong. So from this journal here, I then moved into this journal. This picks up in September of 21 where that one left off. And it is a little bit more uh, photo heavy. I was doing more and more printing of my own photos. And I don't print, I definitely do not print like on photo paper or I don't get them printed. I just have like a printer. I think at this time I was using probably an HP, just a desktop printer, and I just print on regular printer paper and just cut things out. I don't, think that it's necessary. You can see here I was even out of colored ink at one point, so I was printing this week in black and white before I could get more ink. And I don't think it matters. Like for me, the fact that I'm able to like look back and see the picture and kind of have a memory about whatever happened, that's really what matters to me. And it's less about, the archival quality of the paper that I'm recording on. I don't have any illusions that anyone will want any of these journals 100 years from now. I don't expect them to stick around. I don't expect my kids really to be that interested in them. Um, Look, this is funny. So all the way back here in October of 2021 is when I first came up with my Studio Nicole logo, and then I haven't done anything with it. And it's what now, 2025, and I'm finally starting my YouTube channel. So yeah, there you go. I've been busy. So I guess I didn't cover up all the pictures. I didn't go through every single page in here and cover everything up like I should have, but hopefully that was just a quick flip through so you could see the evolution of where I was going. From there into this one. So this one was actually uh these last two were actually just a week. So each spread was just a whole week. And I think I did go through and I just marked some safe pages here. Um so I'm just doing 1 week, the 24th through the 30th, all the way across. This was the week that we went to Anaheim for my son's BPA. He competed in nationals that year. This was the week that we went on vacation. So I have like a pull out bunch of postcards with lots of pictures and journaling. Um, I do try to use like a lot. I love little decks of cards with affirmations or sayings or quotes or things on them. Like I can't just flip randomly through this one because there were so many faces. I couldn't go through and cover every single page. So I just picked a few pages that I thought would be safe to go through. Um, and stickers and I think this was a brochure that somebody stuck on my mailbox or my front door. Um, Anything that I can use. This was like the cake stand label when I bought a cake stand for the bake sale. This is when we had our bathroom renovated. This was right before Christmas. Um, candy wrappers and pictures and stickers and wrapping paper and gift cards and other kinds of cards. I did do a year in review at the end of the year where I printed out. This is my Pinterest board of all the books that I read that year. Listened to mostly, honestly. I do mostly audio these days because um my vision has been changing a lot and I'm in trifocals at this point, and reading on paper tends to give me a headache. I don't know if I just haven't mastered the art of reading with the bifocal yet or what, but I've been doing mostly audiobooks. It's easier for me to do those anyway, because I can listen while I'm driving or while I'm cooking or while I'm washing dishes or mowing the lawn or bike riding, whatever it is I'm doing. Um, so I have some favorite books. I have my 52 projects. That's a whole other conversation. The 52 projects in 52 weeks. Um, yeah, so this one, again, this was really successful. Like, I feel like I have managed to maintain a journaling habit now for many, many years. This year I got brave and I went with a much bigger book. I decorated the cover of this at the beginning of the year. I used acrylics and alcohol inks and a marbled pattern. Um, I did the front and the back cover. I think. mm, I got a second book and I was gonna grab it so you could see what the cover originally looked like, but it's not right within grabbing distance, so I'll skip that for now. But here's what I loved about this. These pages are gorgeous. They are just absolutely beautiful, and I thought it would be so much fun to do my weekly journaling on a page like this. So what I've decided to do for this one, because it's so much bigger, the pages are bigger, is I'm just doing one page per week. I'm making a mess. So at the beginning of the book, I always just keep like random things. Like these are just mostly things that I've screenshotted off of Pinterest or Facebook or online. Just things that make me happy and things um, that kind of like have to do with my overall life in general rather than a particular week. Um, so that's what I do at the beginning and at the end pages of my weekly journal. And then the pages themselves are just a week at a time. And I have lots of photos and journaling and again, kind of uh, whatever strikes my fancy. Like these are some embellishments that I need. I have lots of tucks and flips and things, pockets where I can store. Oh, there's stuff. I think some stuff stuck in here. Some additional journaling. And I do use profanity. I apologize if that bothers anybody. I won't say it out loud while I'm filming, but you might see it in my journals because I definitely use it. So I apologize if that offends you. Um, so yeah, this is kind of where I'm at right now. This takes me pretty much up to the present. I am a couple of weeks behind right now. I've got my photos in, but haven't done any journaling. And I'm a couple of weeks behind right here just because I've printed all my photos, but I was working in my Amsterdam journal instead of documenting it in this weekly journal. It's kind of like double documenting. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. So I feel like I've come a long way since this little guy here, this tiny little journal. But this thing really got me started at a time when I needed that. I needed something approachable and doable. It was too easy to get overwhelmed when I had like big dreams of doing a whole spread and lots of journaling. Like some weeks it just didn't work. Um, I really just crack up at this one page where I just put all of the Monday, Tuesday. I don't know if you can see, it's maybe not close enough, but I just kind of threw all of the page or day labels down at the bottom of the page because that's what it felt like. It felt like I was, you know, wasn't able to maintain the schedule that I had set up for myself. And really, if you're going to do a journaling process like this, or set up like any kind of a weekly journaling practice or a daily journaling practice, it has to be enjoyable. Like if you don't love it and if you dread doing it or you get behind and it feels like it's too much, then it's not worth doing, right? I mean, we want this is a leisure activity. These are hobbies. These are things that should make us happy, not things that should make us feel pressured. So, yeah. So I have definitely adjusted my journaling strategy. Um, and I will change tacks halfway through a journal if I feel like it's not working and I need to do something different. Don't be afraid to do that. Um, so, if you haven't ever done any daily or weekly journaling, but you've wanted to try it, maybe try with a smaller journal or maybe try something very photo heavy where you don't have to do, like, I don't do like a ton of journaling on some of these pages. I really just kind of caption the photos and move on. So you could be really photo heavy, or you could be, really journal heavy if that's what you're more comfortable writing and doing less decorative stuff, then go with that. Your journals can look however you want them to. So I guess I really just wanted to reinforce the idea that you have a lot of flexibility and a lot of freedom, and you can change your strategies when something isn't working for you. Um, my motto for my page, and something that I keep in front of me, is the idea that really you don't have to follow the rules. If you are interested in being artsy and being creative and um, getting your hands dirty with paint or with glue sticks or what have you, then just go for it and don't worry about what other people think. Do what works for you. So thanks so much for joining me today in the studio. I might do some more memory keeping on camera. It really will depend on whether I can get permission from all of my people to show their pictures, because that's really going to be the kicker for me. So I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in the next video.